What is going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 385 of the Lured Up podcast, where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. And this episode is streaming live on a bunch of platforms, including Twitch, YouTube, X, and Facebook. I'm your host, Ken Pescator. That's Adam Tuttle. Adam, a yo-ho.
Hey, Ken.
What's up, dude?
Hey, trainers. There's a lot that's up.
There's a lot
or
that's
down,
up.
depending on what way you want to go.
So Adam sends me a text this morning and says, like, I can't wait to talk about how you think this event was amazing and I thought it was horrible or something like that.
I was like, Ken, everything is awesome. And I was like, then me, everything is negative.
Oh my goodness gracious. I can't wait to hear. Shout out to Fisher J in the chat, subscribing at tier 1 for 34 months straight.
34 months.
Absolutely insane, dude. Thank you so much for the support. We got a bunch of people here in the chat. Thank you so much for being here early. Dusty Blade, Roax, Likeable Monster, Seafran, Ozark Renee's here, Ampharos Michael, Debble's here, Grandpa's here, Stacy P is here, of course. Yo, thank you for being here in the chat so early. We appreciate all of you for everything you do. It's great. Thank you so much. We love y'all. But remember, if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime, which means you get one free sub a month. We'd love it if you cashed it in on us or anyone else in the Pokemon Go space. Yo, Leo's in the chat. Hung out with Leo in DC this weekend. Can't wait to talk about that. Can't wait to talk about that. But we got plenty to unpack this week. We're going to recap the last week, of course, the road to Kalos, lead up to Kalos Tour Global. And like Adam alluded to, we had very different experiences, different gameplay settings. So we'll unpack all of it. Memories in Motion is underway as of today, from the day of this recording, Tuesday. And we're seeing a lot of gameplay changes already, hitting the game, hitting the ground running. We got different mega raids. GBL has been updated. We have the first of many Go Passes available already. So lots of things already happening. And I'm sure the momentum will continue over the next couple of weeks and months. The events that were held back in last week's March content update on Twitter, everyone was like, where's all the info? Well, it's starting to roll out now. We have a couple different blogs to run through. We have the 30th anniversary event kicking off today. The Pokopia, is it Pokopia? I've heard it like, I was listening to it like they actually pronounced it two different ways during the Pokemon Presents. I'm like, bro, I can't win. It's not like the Pokedex where it's like whatever the Pokedex says is law.
It's Pokopia. It's you want to call it Pokepedia? Like it's just like it's
Pokopia. Oh man, someone help. But yeah, that's happening next week. And then the bug out event
makes you want to say it a different way.
Yes, the bug out event even after that. So there's so much going on over the next couple of weeks. We'll look at the calendar. We'll go through it. The Go Fest early bird tickets went on sale today at the time of this recording, and they are just about sold out. So we'll take a look at it. We also have the gameplay info for all the IRL Go Fest. We have a date for global. So much excitement going on there. And then finally, we'll have a discussion about how Kalos Tour has kind of drawn a line in the sand with how the game approaches the in-game economy during these global-based events and what this could mean for all future global events, including GoFest, which I'm sure will also have some type of road to or lure, road, that whole thing. So we'll have to see. Yo, Maddie G subscribing with Prime. They've subscribed for 13 months. Maddie G, good looking out. Appreciate you so very, very much. All right. So let's start with your week, man. How was it? How's it been? How's the weather in New Hampshire? Is it good for gameplay? I know you got out there with the Rochester group on Saturday. Why don't you just lay it on me, man? How is it going on?
How is it going on? Well, I bought a lot of storage. I did spend some cash money dollars in order to get all the stuff I would need, like incubators, and I made sure I had eggs hatching at all times.
Going for the 10Ks, going for
yeah. And the only shiny I got out of it was Heracross, so it was like womp womp every time. I catch so many Kangaskhan and not a single shiny. Oh man, I don't know. I just had a lot of storage. I was able to catch Pokemon nonstop, but I feel like I wasn't catching as many Pokemon as normal. Like, I had incense. I was luring up all the stops I possibly could. Anytime there was a lure that was not lured up, I attached a lure to it.
Gotta get that picnicker badge, bro. I got some
I
down
was
in DC too.
listen. I had Spatial Rend on. I don't know what more I could have done, but it just didn't feel like there were a lot of like spawns.
Just wild, just on the ground.
Yeah, like no, not more than normal.
Interesting.
It was just like a normal day is what it felt like.
Okay.
As far as spawns on the ground,
So
if that makes sense.
Saturday, you were able to play with the Rochester group. I saw they had 40.
Yeah, I did a check-in.
40
and
plus
we walked
people or something like that checked in, which is pretty awesome for little rural Rochester, New Hampshire. I was excited for Nick and the crew.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Had a lot of fun. Reconnected with some people. Shout out to Terry. I believe that's his name. Yeah. He I don't know, we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh together way back when the jetpack was Paperback Bazaar in Somersworth, New Hampshire.
Old school.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know who that other guy is, but I think I know that guy. to the poster or whatnot for us. That was really cool.
Nice.
So it was nice to reconnect. I added him, and we're now friends in the game. And we did a bunch of raiding and talked with a lot of people.
Let me ask you this. What was the general vibe? Like, usually when the event starts, everyone's kind of frantic, you know, kind of figuring out how they want to approach the day, how they want to kind of, you know, go through all that. What was the vibe of the immediate group? Like, what was their headspace at as soon as the event started?
Raids. It was, where's the mega? Where's the raids? That was where we were going. We're going back and forth to raids. That was the intent. That was the mission. And my only goal was to help move the train along. So he stayed moving instead of like staying in one spot and just kind of catching and waiting. So we did a lot of back and forth, but essentially there's only like 2 solid spots to kind of go back and forth between. And there are a few gyms in between, but the gyms just weren't spawning anything that was like desirable. Everybody wanted, you know, Cernius, Eviltall, Dragonite.
Let me guess, you're getting Pikachus.
And it was Pikachus. There's so many Pikachus. And people were just doing them because like they could. Like, we were just like walking to the next raid. And it was like I even fell victim to it too. I just started doing them without any care. I could care less about the Pikachus. Like, it was really like, that hurt. Like, I would have rather seen more Honedge or another rare Pokemon that could be shiny. Like, there was a chase for it. Like, the costume Pikachus, it's just so, it's been done over and over and over again. It's not exciting for the long-term players.
Now,
like, I don't see anything exciting about it.
What about also coming off of a week leading into it where it was just
where we had incense with we had incense with costume Pikachus. I have literal Pikachus coming out my butt. So I don't need any more.
Now it's super interesting to hear this because every kind of community plays different. Everything's different, right? We all know that. Like, in the people I was playing with, both in Red Bank on Sunday and even like the general consensus in DC, like, of course, everyone was going after the new megas, but Honedge was like probably one of the most in demand Pokemon of the entire event. Like, people were going crazy.
100%.
Like,
everybody was going after it,
you know, and
if there was a Honedge, we were going after it.
And it was like, it may as well have been a legendary. Like, that's how excited people were just for that, because they wanted the shiny. It looks so good if you got it with a background. And, you know, before we go any further, I do want to talk about kind of the dynamic that the game has built up for us over the road to Kalos, with the shinies available, with all these unique backgrounds. I've never heard so many people catch hundos, even shundos, and be disappointed afterwards because it didn't have a background or whatever. And I'm like, this is the game like manipulating us, because everyone should be happy if they catch a hundo. Everyone should be happy if they catch a shiny. And then when it doesn't have the background, they get deflated, and it's like, bro, you had like a second of joy, and then like it gets washed away because it doesn't have everything you wanted, all the petals of the onion, right? All the layers of the onion, feeling like, okay, it's a hundo, okay, it's a shiny, okay, it's a background. If it doesn't have all of it, people were feeling super let down. And I mean, I would hear like, oh my God, hundo. And then it's like, please have a background, please have a background. And then when it doesn't, they're just like, the spark is gone. And I don't know how I feel about that, because it's just Stacy P in the chat even says backgrounds are a gimmick. They are. They absolutely are. And
yes, and they are a very big gimmick, and I don't like it at all. I could care less.
See,
that was something that like I just wasn't all for. Like, I could care less. I would rather have just gotten a shiny or a hundo, and I don't know. I forget. I texted you however many I did.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to go back and look, because I need to remember.
But here's the thing, man. I was very strong-willed during the Kalos Tour Global itself. During Road to Kalos, let me backpedal into this a little bit. So we had our Zoom call 2 Mondays ago, right? Road to Kalos just kind of kicking off. This is when the Kanto birds with the backgrounds were the first deployment of background Pokemon in the Road to Kalos. I wasn't going out. There was a snowstorm. I was like, I'm going to sit at home. I'm going to remote. It's going to be fine. I did my remotes. I got my backgrounds, no shinies, still felt okay with it. It was a slippery slope, $20 gone like that. Whatever. I got what I paid for. Day 2, the next round of Pokemon came out. Next round of Pikachus came out. I'm like, you know what? I can't get out. I'm too crazy right now. Let me drop another twin. Another $20. Got my backgrounds, no shinies, $40 deep, right? Now Wednesday comes around, Thursday comes around, the primals are back. I love Kyogre. I'm like, all right, I got to do these. And I'm just buying remote pass after remote pass. And then like, it was probably like early afternoon on Wednesday where I was like, yo, I need to stop. I need to call like 1-800, I don't know, Raiders Anonymous or something. Like, I was really falling down that slippery slope of paying for the convenience of raiding because of FOMO. Sure, I could go out and raid with a group. I just couldn't make it out that day. So I was paying for that kind of convenience thing. And before I know it, I'm like $40-50 in. And I'm like, dude, the Kalos Tour is this weekend. And I'm already $50-60, whatever. It's like, it's crazy. It was a very, very slippery slope. So yeah, about Wednesday, I said to myself, I need to chill. I'm not worried about these backgrounds. I'm not worried about these raids. And I'm usually the completionist, but this was just like so over the top, especially because I couldn't get out to play in person. So on Saturday for Road to the actual Kalos Tour, shout out to Monkey Bread. We took a ride. We left 5 a.m. on Saturday morning, drove down to Washington, D.C., and met up with Leo. Thanks to Leo, he invited me down. It was pretty incredible. 2,500 check-ins at the community celebration. Super cool. The amount of people there were great. The community ambassadors were great. You know, the presence of Niantic, like, you don't go to these things hoping to see like set pieces or big, huge, things happening like you would at a Go Fest or a Safari Zone even. And Safari Zone's barely had anything. It's like, here's a tent and a couple standees, right? It was very much like that. A couple archways with, each team color, a 10x10 pop-up accordion, Niantic booth giving out, community ambassador cards and pins. Here's the Go Tour 2026 pin, which is pretty neat. But it was all about the community, and the community ambassadors did a phenomenal job of wrangling 2,500 people. And I had never spent any time on the waterfront in Washington, D.C., so I was really excited to go. The first raid train left and walked straight down to the Jefferson Memorial, which was beautiful, so I got to see some sightseeing and things like that. It was amazing. But what I quickly realized was, like previous Go Tour events, this became a giant raid hour where it was just raid to raid to raid. Now, for a lot of people that worked, And for my Saturday morning, that worked for me too. That worked for me as well. But I didn't necessarily need to raid Dragonites anymore. I have a couple hundos, you know, I did enough to get my energy, and I really said to myself, look, I'm going to approach this event a little different. I don't want to do 8 hours of raiding. I just don't. Like, that's not only is it not fun for me, but the game is preparing us to be let down. The odds of us getting what we want, or getting all those boxes checked off, shiny, hundo, background, like, I'd rather spend my energy and time doing something I know is more rewarding for me. Now, look, everyone's got different goals and different vibes and different approaches. So what I did around noon was I was just like, yo, I'm completely chilling out with these raids. I'm going to walk with the groups. I'm going to continue to do raid trains, because we had, 400 or 500 person raid trains, like incredible amounts of people. And wow. I'm just going to catch. And that's what my Saturday event turned into, was enjoying the community, enjoying the sites, enjoying the environment that I was in. And I caught 2,000 Pokemon on Saturday. I just put my head down and just was banging out catches the entire time. It was a lot of fun, and I didn't feel like I had less of an experience because I didn't come home with the hundo or the shiny or the this or the that. I felt like, dude, I just had 8 hours of just nonstop aggressive grind gameplay, and that satisfied me so much. Now, I still did the honages. I still did a bunch of raids. I think I did 60 raids over the weekend, like over the whole weekend. So I didn't go crazy. I had some coins left over towards the end of the event, so I bought some remotes just to play with West Coast people and things like that. But I was very contained. I was very chill with it. And because of that approach, I had one of the most amazing events that I've had in a really long time. Now, if I was raid focused, I probably would have been beating myself up all day. I probably would have spent, when I was in Red Bank, with the homies, right, where we share a lot of information with each other, people were like, yo, I'm $200 in, I'm $300 in. I'm like, you guys are crazy. They're
like, no, the single shiny.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that is absolutely crazy. Like, so I don't really know. I don't know what,
yeah, I did 9 Yveltals, Yvetals, 5 Xerneas, 8 Dragonite, 3 Victory Bell, and 11 Honedge.
Yeah.
No shiny, no hundo from any of those raids.
So I ended up getting a hundo Xerneas, a hundo Dragonite. I had both of them going into it, so it wasn't as exciting as it could have been. And I just, I was trying for the honage, and, so I was doing all of those. And it's great because, like, with, when you have a tier 1 or a tier 3, it's like you don't need a group. And granted, there was a zillion people there, so we were able to do any raids we wanted. But I don't know. I think having an approach that's uniquely your own is the way to go, because if you go the way of the blog and you're following what the blog is offering to you, it's just going to be almost impossible to be satisfied.
I'm sure people watching this right now or listening to this right now are like, when are they going to talk about it? Somebody say something about the stupid Mega Shields. Hey, this is us talking about the stupid Mega Shields. How did you feel about that? Because I know I remoted into one and got hosed. And then I can't get that remote raid pass back. So, like, that was a waste. And it's not even worth reaching out to support, because I'm not going to get support. They're just going to be like, oh, no, so sorry. And it's just not worth it. And then, like, another raid crashed on me. And I'm like, again, I can't. And then another raid, I did a Xerneas remote, and my character didn't do anything. It was just there, and then the game crashed. And then, I beat it somehow. How did I beat it? I have no idea, because I didn't see anything happen, but I beat it. And so again, I can't get support, because they're just going to say, oh no, it looks like you defeated the raid boss trainer. It's just clear you didn't catch it. You're bad. Get good. So it's just frustrating knowing that, like, I can't even, like, reach out, because I know I'm not going to get.
Well, I don't know how the game can kind of prevent that, right? Because you're joining the lobby before you're necessarily choosing your team, right? So you don't have a mega chosen before you enter the lobby, so they can't like screen you before you go in. And then when you do get in, it tells you like, all right, there's 10 shields, you have 8 Pokemon that have megas, all this and that. I do think that there's some refinement that needs to be done to prevent going in, like, and I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Like
no,
there has to be something
multiple,
like a warning.
even on the ground, people were jumping in, and it was like, they're like, oh, we've got 11 people, and 7 had megas, and it's like, I understand you can try it again, but like, if people are out of revives, or people are
also not if you're remoting,
the raid, and if you're remoting, and if the raid, like, because I'm sure some people did remote into those raids, and
That's
then
what I mean.
the
They're
people on the
losing
ground didn't have megas.
Yeah,
they lost their pass. They didn't get the catch. Like, it's really frustrating. It's a waste of time.
You have to be aware in the lobby now. You have to like take a look around, right, and see what's going on. And it's like, oh wait, there's only 7 megas here. We need 10. I better bounce at 20 seconds, right? I'm not anybody got time for that, But there has to be some refinement there, because I just don't think that, I do think that there's a skill into this, meaning like they can't just, they can't wipe our butts for us and be like, oh, we're not going to start the raid because there's not enough people in here that could do it. No, it's giving us the warning. It's letting you know that you don't, this is what you need. But I do think there's some refinement.
Defeating the boss, even if like you have all 20 trainers, and 7 out of the 8 shields are like that, you have 7 megas, like, it's still next to near impossible to defeat it. I mean, it's possible. It's got it in its name, but still, like, it feels bad.
Yeah,
it feels real bad.
Another thing that's a little bit of a paradigm shift here too is people would typically bring their megas in slot 1, right? They would always lead with the mega just to get your bonuses out there. But what would happen is that mega would get knocked out prior to the boss getting enraged. Now, if you haven't broken a shield and you get knocked out, you could still lobby, heal, come back and break a shield. You can't like break a shield, get knocked out, come back in, break another shield. Can't do that. But as long as you haven't broken a shield, but that still requires like this situational awareness to go back to the lobby. It's asking a lot of trainers that are just used to like talking to the person next to them, holding their phone at their side, tapping the screen.
And isn't that like what this, like, that's one of the pillars, is like connection and community, like community and talking.
It's team building too. So you have to work.
So it's like you can't. I know, but I'm just saying, it's like, come on.
So look, there's a lot of work here. Now, I guess we could talk about link charges. And Roax in the chat just said that. What did he say? He said something that link charges were.
I can't see it.
He says link charges were so terrible, felt like a money grab. Now, I feel the complete opposite, because I didn't buy any link charges.
Opposite. I didn't buy any link charges. I just have whatever I have. I haven't touched the link charges.
But that's what I'm saying.
I just used my regular raid passes.
Well, you're crazy then, because you should have been using link charges. I went into the event off the Go Pass with 3,600 link charges. You know what I mean? That's 18 mega.
Yeah, but I went off with like 100 regular raid passes. Like, I wasn't going to use that in one day.
Yeah. See, but if you have the link charges and you're in person, that is by far the most cost-effective way to do it, because it's a no-cost currency if you want it to be, like MP. And I'm sure we're going to be reaching a point, and we don't know how things are going to shake out with how much we can earn per day, how much we could truly carry. We have a 600, link charge limit, but it could be.
I don't know. We just did our friend bonus, our whatever the 4 people bonus is, and it just gave me link charges.
Yeah,
and I was already maxed out from Go Tour, so let me check. Can I see what that is,
dude? Especially like a non-legendary mega raid is 150 link charges. That's phenomenal value.
My link charges are sitting at a whopping 3,700.
You left so many raids on the table. You could have done.
What are you talking about?
Because you didn't have to use your battle passes. You could have used the link charges and had your battle passes be not impacted at all, not depleted.
Yeah, but I want my link holder to be as full as possible.
Yeah, it's look.
My link holder is more full than yours. That's all I care about.
I am a fan of the link charge mechanic. They need, like you said, we're going to have to watch this stuff as we go. Just like we talked about Go Passes last week, we're going to have to keep an eye on it. Now we know some more information. We can talk about it. But with the ability to pay for raids with a no-cost currency, it's a win in my book. Even if it takes you a week to earn 600 link charges, that's still 3 additional raids on top of your daily raid passes. It's just additional value. Now, when you're a grinder and you're pumping out, 10, 20, 30 maximum remote raids, all this crap a day, yeah, it's going to be pricey just like anything else. But I'm telling you, we're going to reach that point of diminishing returns where people will be leaving daily link charges on the table. They're going to be maxed out. They're not going to be collecting more. They're not going to be doing raids with them, mega raids with them, so they can clear up some space and earn more with gifts or with whatever it may be. It's just, you have to remember that this is an optional thing to use in lieu of an actual paid raid pass. So I really like that. But I do think, I am with you though. I think there needs to be some better way to let people know, you need to bring a mega, and you have to bring it out when it counts and do something with it, use a charge attack. But it's just tough because it's another currency, and we just went over the hump of learning and getting adjusted to max particles.
Max particles, yeah.
And I don't know what it is about max particles. I still feel weird buying them. Like, I'll buy regular raid passes. I'll do all that all the time. But like, something about buying max particle packs, I was just like, why do I feel like I need a shower after this? It's like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. So, we'll talk about it more to the end of the show of kind of what all this means for events and how, this new Scopely effect is going to impact our future global events, because I think we're going to see a lot more of this where it's just like nonstop overload, and it's going to be very, very easy for the whales in the game to have a wonderland of an event, and the regular Joes and the casuals and the free-to-plays are going to feel the real burn, because the game is offering so much. And it's like, as a free-to-play player, it's like, well, how can I even approach this? So,
well, I'll say the community in Rochester, like, it started off so strong. There was probably 40 of us. I think once people got the Victory Belt decks, the Dragonite decks, and they caught a couple things, they kind of dwindled a little bit. And then we broke and had lunch, which, by the way, I had lunch at this Thai restaurant. Nobody there. I was like, how long, would like a quick noodle bowl or something take? They're like, less than 15. Like, you're the only order that we have. And I was like, okay, sign me up. I was like, I'm going to go over there and like check out the antique store, and I'll be right back.
Support local
Not a
business.
single soul. Meanwhile, Moe's subs literally just line out the door. They're like, everyone line up, go back. Like, I'm just like, no, I'm not even going to mess with that. But the Thai place was amazing. I don't know the name exactly, so can't shout it out here, but it was delicious. And service was amazing. And then I got back with the group, and by the time we got back, it was definitely like half what we started with. And
the post-lunch attrition is typically pretty strong.
Yeah. And then we kind of like we fought on, and there was probably a solid like 12 of us, and it kind of dwindled, and then it got to 10, and then it was like we were basically struggling to fight, with the 8 to 9 of us towards the end, because it was like you needed that in order to beat stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like we were basically banking on people remoting in, and I don't know, towards 4 o'clock, the whole community was just like, I think our legs are cooked, and because that's all we did. We would just walk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
And it started out beautiful. The weather, amazing. And then after lunch, it like immediately, like somebody turned on a switch. I'm like, the sun is shining. It is blaring. It should be warmer than what it was this morning, but for some reason it got much colder. So I think that also played a huge factor in it too.
So I'm going to pull up my phone real quick for the video viewers and just let you see what I saw arriving at DC. And I mean, it was stacked. It was insane.
Yes, it was beautiful. You did show it on the Zoom call. I was very jealous.
It felt like a Go Fest scenario, like or sometimes you see those videos of like Japan gameplay and you're like, bro, that's Wayfarer abuse. You know what I mean? Because it just looks so stacked. Like the video I'm showing right now is from like the parking garage as I was walking towards the event. And I mean, like you that level of hype of seeing like that kind of volume of POI on the game board was wild. And when I got there, it was just insane. I mean, it was like, a nonstop challenge to try to get lures out. Everyone was working on the picnicker badge. I mean, I got one lure down and picked up like, I don't know, 1,500 on the picnicker badge just off like one lure in the main strip.
Wow.
And I don't know. I think we should let's move away from Kalos Tour. We'll come back to this at the end of the show. But definitely interesting to see how things were different. I mean, Monkey Bread and we played straight through till the end of the event. We did a couple raids even afterwards. We did 35,000 steps I did on Saturday. So it was Go Fest level walking. And, because previous Go Fest I've done, 36, 38. One time I did the 41 in Seattle. So it was a lot of walking. It was a lot of challenge. I mean, we played the whole time. And like I said, my raids were super chill in the second half of the event and didn't bother me at all. Didn't bother me at all. All right, so let's talk about let's move on a little bit. I do want to talk about March because we are into Memories in Motion, and we do have the March Go Pass available right now. And this is a little weird. There's something going on where you could only buy it in app right now. You can't buy it in the web store, which is really strange because the deluxe version, I mean. So I'm just kind of waiting this out because I want to get my double reward road points, But we do see the lucky trinket. I'm not a lucky trinket, a timed incubator in the key art here with Raikou, which is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the timed incubator because I can get extra value for it. Oh yeah, by the way, Kalos Tour single incubator grind, baby. That's how I did it. And guess what? Just as disappointed as everyone who hatched 100 eggs and didn't get shiny Halucha. Me neither. And I was on single incubator grind. See how that works out? So it says this is $7.99. So we're going to keep track of this through the episode of what our Go Pass spending habits are going to be looking like. Following up on the conversation from last week of we typically have a $2.99 or a $4.99 event ticket where we're going to see $4.99 or higher for Go Passes for these in replacement. We'll have to see, but this is the monthly one. $7.99 is what we've seen consistently. So I think going forward, the monthly Go Pass, I'm pretty confident it's going to be $7.99 for all of them going forward. They do say that it's available on the web store. It's just not there yet. So definitely check back for deluxe. But the encounter with Raikou, if you get the deluxe, you get the timed incubator, super incubator, encounters with more Pokemon. And of course, our favorite, even more goodies.
And more?
Even more goodies. The milestones.
Does that really say that?
It does say that. It's my favorite. I love that. The milestones are the same as what we've seen, adding to daily adventure incense duration, all the extra gifts and all that kind of stuff. So if you're a gifter, if you're working on friendship, a lot of people think that this is worth the price of admission right here. Just the ability to carry and open more gifts, all that good stuff. So just for the month of March, $7.99. $7.99. Now we're going to move on. We're currently in the 30th anniversary event, and this is very exciting because we have Mewtwo in the key art, and it has been a long time since we've had Mr. Mewtwo back here.
Mm-hmm.
And also the Kanto birds. Like, bro, we know that Pokemon Company loves some Kanto, but we're going to be getting a lot of Kanto coming up. But so it's the 3rd through the 9th. This is the first weekly event. If I pull up the calendar, we can see that things are starting to fill out. The 30th anniversary event here, the 3rd through the 9th. And it says trainers, wait, I'm in the wrong one. Where did I put it? Here it is. Saturday, March 7th through the 9th, there's going to be a little mini event within here, which is really exciting. We'll talk about that in a second. But featured Pokemon and rewards, complete past tasks to rank up your Go Pass to the following rewards, and encounter with Mewtwo. So you get a Mewtwo at the end. This is on the free track, which is exciting. With the Go Pass Deluxe, you get some Mewtwo Candy XL, even some additional encounters with Pokemon first discovered in Kanto, including the birds. So you get some bird encounters there. Rare candy, and of course, even more goodies. So now we're talking 30th anniversary Go Pass, $7.99. March Go Pass, $7.99. 30th anniversary Go Pass Deluxe, $7.99. So there we go.
So 7 times 3 is 21.
So we're starting off strong here. Dittos are going to be changed. They have like a good amount of Pokemon that they're showing in the wild encounters here, but lots and lots and lots of Kanto stuff here. You can look through the blog. And Pikachu wearing Red's hat and Leaf's hat in raids. More Pikachu raids. And Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise in 3-star raids. I don't know, man. I'm so good.
I'm so over it.
I'm so over it.
Yeah, like I don't even. I understand they're catering to like new players, like cool, but like that's a lot of 1-star raids.
Yeah,
a lot of them, and there's a lot of different ones. So for rural players, you might see like 5 or 6 of these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
they're asking me in the chat if I bought the anniversary pass deluxe. I'm just holding off. I'm waiting till the March pass and stuff is available in the web store. I like to buy stuff through the web store, so I'm holding out a little bit.
Yeah, I also like to buy things through the web store, but I have not purchased anything yet because
someone buy Adam.
I am hurting from GoTour. I'm sure everyone is.
I know, exactly. Well, dude, and the road to Kalos. The road to Kalos for some people was even worse than the Kalos tour itself.
Yeah.
Wild encounters during this all-out thing, which is pretty cool. This is the 7th through 9th, so over the weekend. This is really exciting. It says you may encounter almost all Pokemon in their natural habitat that have made their Pokemon Go debut, so it's all the Pokemon. It says you may encounter almost all. And most Pokemon that have ever appeared in Pokemon Go will return. Pokemon will appear in specific biomes based on their natural habitat and Pokedex entry, so explore different biomes and see what discoveries await you. And it doesn't include mythical Pokemon, Ultra Beasts, and certain species of Pokemon that are not normally found in the wild, including the following: Mewtwo, Smeargle, Shedinja, Kecleon, Giratina. There's a bunch of stuff here, Cubfu, Urshifu. So there's some exclusions here. But it leaves a lot of room for speculation of, okay, so what you're telling me is I could find wild legendary Pokemon? Because that's pretty cool.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
So I don't know if anyone that is listening or watching has ever found a random like lake guardian in the wild.
Yeah, I have at
it's
work.
Awesome. It's like a huge thing. It's so cool. I just think that they're pairing this stuff with biomes. Actually, Joe in the chat says not a fan of how biomes are inconsistently used. I agree too. I live at the beach. I don't always see water Pokemon. Sometimes I see some random electric stuff at the water. It's like, what is happening here? It's like, why is Geodude here with the beach background? But lots of Pikachu wearing hats coming back in 1-star raids and then in 5-star. Check out, people were talking about the raid dilution during Kalos tour. In 5-star raids here, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Deoxys normal form, Darkrai, Genesect, Nihilego, Buzzwole, and these are all the regional Ultra Beasts are coming back. Guzzlord for everybody, Necrozma for everybody. A lot of raid dilution here. Now, let's talk about that for a second. If you're playing an event, would you rather there be 1 raid boss, 2 raid bosses, or 5 or 8 or 10? Like, do you want that pool to be small? Now, it's different when you have legendaries competing with Pikachus, but now we have a giant pool of legendaries. Like, does that matter? Or would you rather still have a more tightened pool?
I would rather it be a Titan pool. I would rather it be two to three bosses. I do not like it when it's more than that. Like for Kalos, we had 4 majors, 2 minors, or I guess 3 minors. You had the 2 different Pikachus and the Honedge, and it's like everyone wanted Honedge, and all we got was Pikachu.
Yep.
Everyone wanted the megas, and all we and at time it was like at times we wanted the megas, and there were no megas, and it was like, well, I guess we're already headed this way. We might as well go that way, and then we just like did like multiple Xerneas just to do them because
That's what was there.
we have to wait. Yeah, so it's a little frustrating, but
So Renee in the chat
Yeah.
just said she refreshed the web store and the March pass is there. So
ooh.
Rooster in the chat was saying like, hey, did you buy the 30th anniversary one? Well, yep. I did now. So hold on. Oh, look at that. I'm level 2 reward road already. Bro, this is my life though, bro. This is my life. I got to be okay doing
They've
things that
gamified the shop. They've gamified the shop.
Bro, they know what they're doing, bro. Scopely knows what's up. Monopoly Man is sharpening his pencils up at the Scopely office right now going, yes, another go pass, eh?
Do not go past $200.
No 200 Pokecoins for you. Okay, I've bought both the March Pass Deluxe and the 30th Anniversary Pass Deluxe. Oh, woe is me. Oh, first world problems we got going on here.
Wow.
Oh, sure.
You're killing me,
my
Smalls.
God. Oh, God.
Hey.
All right, I bought the stuff. But look,
All right.
so this is the 30th anniversary event. That's just this week. And then next week, we've got the Ditto event. And this is super exciting because this is the first time we're going to be getting some costume Ditto, which are absolutely ridiculously cute for Pokopia debut, celebration event, Mega Ultra Super 9000. Pokopia. March 10th through the 16th, Ditto wearing a hat and Ditto wearing a cap. Exciting. Costume Ditto are changing into different Pokemon, so a little bit. We just had a Ditto shakeup. Now we have some more shaking up happening. 2 times XP for spinning Pokestops, 10 times XP for spinning Pokestop for the first time. This is an old Adventure Week bonus. This is good stuff. I wish I was in DC during this event, bro, because I probably spun 300 new stops or something like that. It was crazy.
And it would probably be more fun if it was this event.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll try the little Ditto event. Way more fun than Kalos Tour. Dude, Lapras, Snorlax, and Dragonite in 3-star raids. Come on, everyone wants to raid regular Dragonite, don't they?
Didn't we just get
we had Mega Dragonite, Super Duper Mega Ultra. Now we have regular old Dragonite. So weird.
Well, I guess, hey, hang on. I guess this makes it so the players that have the energy, but they don't have a good one, can get the Dragonite.
No, it's not a Mega.
Evolve.
You talk.
They can Mega evolve it with
okay.
Mega Energy.
Yeah, I guess.
They can't turn a Snorlax into a Gigantamax Snorlax, which would be cool. Somebody let me do that.
Let me tell you, though, there is some amazing stickers for this event with Mossy Snorlax. Mosslax. So good. So good. And Professor Tangrowth, which is phenomenal.
That's just Swamp Thing.
The Swamp Thing. But the one thing you will notice about here, and this is, again, we're learning about Memories in Motion. We were like, oh, my God, we have a weekly event 4 weeks out of the month. Are we going to have 4 Go Passes? No, because the Pokopia Celebration does not have a Go Pass. So we get a week off of Go Passes. So that's fine. So looking out 2 weeks forward, we've got Blipbug making its debut during the Bug Out event. This is the 17th through the 23rd. So Blipbug and its evolutions, Dottler and Orbeetle. We know Orbeetle ultimately will have a Mega, which is
Dottler
exciting.
is a weird looking Pokemon.
These are all.
I mean, honestly, Blipbug is
weird looking.
Sizzlepede. That one's pretty weird too.
Now, I do like what they're doing here, and we've seen this during other events where they kind of break up the event into like little pillars. March 17th through the 19th, Lures will attract Paris and Sizzlepede, then Cutie Fly and Sizzlepede a couple days after, Combee and Sizzlepede a couple days after that. So there's different things if you're targeting certain, shinies that you're looking for, and see when you're going to be playing,
Like
look at this chart.
Sizzlepede.
Hey, hopefully you need Sizzlepede. Wild Encounters, Caterpie. Okay, let's stop there. Wild Encounters, Caterpie. That's all you need to know. But Blipbug will be in 1-star raids. I like this. Use your free raid passes. There should be no excuse for anyone to let a regular raid pass roll over when you have the new Pokemon in 1-star raids. Use it. Okay, there is a Go Pass for Bug Out, and it's $4.99. So we've seen the $4.99 event ticket plenty of times, raid days, things like that. Now we have a $4.99 Go Pass for the week. And
okay, so they really are just throwing passes at us like they're candy.
Right, but you have to remember, this is in replacement of an event ticket. Now, does this mean that every event ticket value will be $4.99 from this point out? Because sometimes we saw a $1.99 event ticket or $2.99 event ticket. Now we're seeing...
Now we're going to have Go Pass Community Day pass.
Well, we're going to have we might
pass,
have a weekly event Go Pass carrying over the weekend, carrying over the Saturday Community Day. So and then you have a timed research for $1.99 on Community Day, which is happening at the same time as your March Go Pass for $7.99, your weekly event Go Pass for $7.99, potentially it could be a lot, because like we talk about and complain about the price of these tickets all the time. It's not even the tickets. It's the passes. It's all that other stuff. Yo, shout to Grandpa subscribing with Prime for 6 months. Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Yeah, so Bug Out coming back. Just go through the blog. We still got some time on it. And then one more thing I wanted to bring up. Event-wise, Festival of Colors coming back in India on March 4th and March 8th. Why is this relevant to the world? Because
find your friends and remote in
1-star raids, Pikachu wearing the sari and the Kurta will be available again, and some very limited places in sponsored gyms in the following locations. They list them here. So try to find some people in this area. Shout to the New Delhi group. Bishal Dal in New Delhi always shares his community pictures with us, and hooks us up with some good raids. So shout to the New Delhi crew. They're making it happen over there. Really, really proud of their community ambassadors and what they've done. And then lure module encounters, for them, they get the Burmese and Flabébés. I think this is what they've had last time as well. But for the rest of the world, it's your chance to get those Pikachus. Another event, again, talking about our March content slate here. Replay Water Research Day. It's like a community day classic for research days, where they're taking Pokemon that each had an individual research day. They're packing 3 of them together. I'm totally okay with this. I think this is a good way for people to play catch up. I think it's a good way for people to have opportunities to catch Pokemon at volume that they may not have gotten the first time around. So I'm kind of cool with this. Research days are very passive. However, we're at the $1.99 paid timed research. Again, timed research is not an event ticket. It's timed research. So this doesn't count for a Go Pass scenario. This is just that Saturday thing. So
it's not a day pass, Go Pass, day pass.
It's a $1.99 timed research, which is probably like step 1, complete 1 research, then complete 2, complete 5, complete 7, complete 10, page 2, the same thing. It's like very, very uninspired when it comes to what these researches look like, in my opinion, but tis what it is. So what we're seeing is lots and lots of Go Passes. So we'll have to just keep an eye on it as we go forward, because I don't think we need to be worried about the Go Passes. The Go Passes are $5 a week. We're spending way more than $5 a week if we're hunting down everything that's available in these blogs. The Go Pass is just...
But what if we're not buying every single one of these?
Well, that sounds like a personal decision that you're going to need to make. All right, we're like 51 minutes in. We have to take a
come on.
break.
Can we take a break?
I know.
I need to go get a water.
Dude,
I forgot a water, so I'm like all antsy.
All right, we have to take a break.
I did have a Wampa fruit energy drink before this. So
all right. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about GoFest. We're going to talk about in-person GoFest. We're going to talk about global dates. Then we're going to kind of talk about the early bird tickets. And then I just kind of want to regroup and recap on what we've learned from Kalos Tour because, for better or worse, I think this is going to be the new normal when it comes to events. But we'll be back right after this. All right, Adam's going to get water. Hey, chat. Thank you, everybody. I think the research day is usually 2 or 3 pages of, 10 or 15 researches to complete. Pogo Tips official. Did you see that showcases went from midnight to 11:59 a.m.? I did. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know because it's like they were over before certain parts of the world were really up and at it. We'll wait for Adam. We're gonna run through GoFest. Just gonna talk about Chicago mainly.
All right. I am good to go, Brony.
Cool.
Jabroni.
All right.
All right.
And we are
Ken's back. I'm still on break.
Thank you so much for that. Appreciate y'all. A little housekeeping to get through before the back half of the show. Everything we do here at the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by our community. You can join our community of supporters over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor for as little as $1 a month. So you head over to patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. You can support a collective of hardworking part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon podcasting and the communities they share here at the Pokemon Professor Network. I want to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons. Huge thanks to our gym leaders, Maddie G, Espion Willow, KJ Demand, Herbert, Brandy, PJ, Fisher J, and James. Special thanks to our executive producers, Xander, as well as the other EPs on the network, Monkey Bread, Tish Smith, and Kate the Counts. And finally, thanks to Giovanni, Boris, for holding us down at that tier.
Boris,
Make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for everywhere you can connect with us. Check out all the other shows in the network. Get some merch, leave reviews, all that fun stuff. PokemonProfessor.com. All right. Let's talk. You backpedal my little picture here. Hold on. Backpedal. We're backpedaling. We're going forward. We're going forward. Let's talk GoFest. It's GoFest time. So this announcement came out yesterday, a little teaser saying, hey, tickets are going to go on sale soon. And by soon, they meant today. And tickets did go on sale today for early bird. And most of them are sold out. Before the show, I was taking a look at this, and only Chicago Sunday tickets were available Sunday afternoon. So I'd imagine by end of day, this will probably be sold out. But fret not. Second batches of tickets will always be released later down the road. You pay an extra $5, but we will have more tickets later. So if you missed it, it's a skill issue. I'm just kidding. Just make sure you keep an eye on.
It's a bot issue.
Yeah,
you clearly didn't. The scalper bots. You didn't
God.
hype them for GoFest.
So each of the different local GoFest IRLs, so Tokyo, Copenhagen, Chicago, has their own landing page. Links are going to be in the description so you can check them out in detail. We see different key art for both, or for all of them. You'll see Paldean Tauros differing from region to region, so that's kind of one of the featured Pokemon. But they explain how the morning park, afternoon park experience works. They have all the pricing, they have all that good stuff, all the add-ons, but then you have complete details on gameplay, complete details on, what you can expect from the events. Of course, we have Zerora in the key art here, which looks absolutely wicked. Very, very cool. Mewtwo will return in 5-star raids. People are going to be going bonkers for this Mewtwo. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Some more costume hat Pikachus, because we love those. They're actually pretty cool. Instinct hat in Chicago, Mystic hat in Tokyo, and Valor hat in Copenhagen. Sounds like a really awesome remote trade action. I think this will be really cool to partner up with some friends and some weekly challenges, get up to Forever Friends and trade these things. I think that'll make for a really good trade. Shiny Wash Rotom making its debut. Here's the Paldean Tauros' Comfey also going to be here. And
I feel like I was going to say, I feel like the last time we were in Chicago, there was Comfey, but I think that was Seattle.
No, Comfey. The
Comfey.
Hawaiian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at the Chicago display.
It says all forms of unknown. This is pretty exciting. If it's truly the whole alphabet plus exclamation and question mark, it's pretty awesome. Likeable Monster subscribing with Prime for 12 months. Yo, good looks. Appreciate you. Thank you for the subs, everybody, today. Really appreciate it. So one thing that they are doing a little bit different here is they're kind of laying out some ticket options, and very surprisingly, they're offering this City Explorer Pass and this City Gameplay Pass where if you don't want to go to the park at all, you don't have to. The tickets aren't available yet, but they will be releasing city-only gameplay tickets. So you could have, if you don't want to deal with the park at all, don't have to worry about parking, you don't have to worry about the mobs, you don't have to worry about any of that. You have that option. Those tickets aren't available there yet, but that will be coming. So that's a pretty cool option, especially if you have kids, they don't necessarily want to come to the park, whatever. It's a cool option.
Well, I like this option because if you aren't able to get a ticket for the day you want, or you're not able to get a ticket in general, this allows you to play with your friends and still be a part of the GoFest celebration,
Yeah, for sure. But make sure you check out all the landing pages. Links will be in the description. We don't have to spend too much time on it because we'll be talking about this ad nauseum till the first week of June, which is we'll be here before we know it. But I'll, of course, link this in the description. But on the X account for Pokemon Go, they put this nice ticket comparison infographics together that kind of show you what's available from each of the park and city tickets, or just the city experience ticket, what add-ons are available. So just make sure you take a look at it. If you're trying to squeeze in at the last minute and get these tickets, you might be forced to get what you can. But you could always fall back on those city experience gameplay, which in my opinion, it's the best way to play these events is in the city. So definitely looking forward to that. So let us know when you're playing. I think the Lured Up crew, our immediate family, our immediate group, is playing Friday morning in the park, and we'll be everywhere in Chicago after that. So really excited. All right, final segment of the day. I want to talk about what we learned from Kalos Tour, and specifically the road to Kalos, where in the past we've seen Niantic have the strategy of kind of making sure we spend a lot right before a big event, making sure we deplete our consumable items right before an event, release a lot of Pokemon available during an event leading into the event. So we might need additional storage or additional item storage right before a big event. So they've kind of trained us. And what's happening now with Road to Kalos was they really went after the collector bug, more so than just standard FOMO, because you could release one Pokemon, and if you don't get that shiny, you could have FOMO for that one Pokemon. But when you have a dozen Pokemon coming during an event, a dozen variations that could be shiny, a dozen backgrounds that are available, it is a potentially slippery slope and a potentially very expensive lead up to the event. And I think that's what happened to a lot of people. So then when the event comes, they don't want to cut their gameplay short because they spent all their money on Tuesday. You know, it's like, I just think that this is an interesting and an important precedent that the game is setting, where we as humans, we as responsible adults, right, are going to really need to put some serious effort into planning this, because it's getting to the point where unless you're a whale, you can't possibly go after everything. It's just not possible. It used to at least be possible. You would work and get your coins, 100 coins. This is back in the day. Get your 100 coins a day, you know, every day. In 2 weeks' time, you could buy your 1480 box that gave you all this stuff, and you were able to grind with all this free gameplay. It's not enough anymore. It's not enough to just earn free coins from gyms. It's not enough to just use your daily raid pass. Like, you just can't engage with the game enough from a free perspective to get everything they're offering. And I don't think that's by accident. I think that they're trying to put that pressure on us. They're trying to put that fear on us and that buyer's anxiety, that when you see your friend get what you want, then all of a sudden you have the remorse for not buying it. They're really playing on that. And I think that it's concerning going forward, because with all these Go Passes that we're seeing, with the incredible amount of raids that we're seeing, not only are we paying more consistently for the raid or for the Go Passes themselves and the monthly Go Pass, but I think you froze. I think Adam froze. But we're also seeing the amount of consumables that we have to buy and purchase go up and up and up. So I don't know. I think it's a slippery slope, and I think it's very dangerous. And I think that it's a challenge to maintain a responsible kind of perspective here, because it's very easy to go down the road of just spending. It's like playing a boardwalk game. You don't see that they're holding your change for you. They're not giving you the change back. It's just, we'll keep your money. So we'll have to see how it all goes. I think Adam is totally frozen. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody. I guess we could wrap it up here. We cut the conversation a little bit short because Adam froze here. But let us know what you think about Kalos Tour, what you thought about the style of gameplay and the monetization that we saw. What really, I don't know. Is this the new normal, and are you okay with it? Or is this going to be of concern going forward? Because yeah, I can't handle another like $200 weekend once every, month or once a quarter. Like, that's pricey. It's expensive. So let us know. Lure it up at PokemonProfessor.com. You can call us 732-835-8639. Check out luredup.com. We appreciate everyone that's here in the chat. Sorry we had to cut this one short, but love you all, and keep training, trainers. We'll see you next week.